Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I'm pleased to introduce Nuno Oliveira, the production director at GRUPEIXE, a respected company within Portuguese food industry. GRUPEIXE stands out as a traditional business known for producing a classic Portuguese product, salted dry cod. In recent years, GRUPEIXE has embarked on the lean transformation journey under Nuno Oliveira leadership. The company began implementing lean principles and methodologies. Early efforts focused on standardizing processes, which led to visible improvements and substantial benefits during the initial stages. We will present GRUPEIXE journey to date in the interview format. First, introducing the product, the type of organization we are discussing, and GRUPEIXE itself, to understand the context that led GRUPEIXE to embark on the lean path. Finally, we will discuss its examples and conclusions. So, Nuno, for those unfamiliar, what exactly is salted dry cod and how is it produced?
Good afternoon, everybody. Salted dry cod is a traditional product obtained from species gathered in Morua, called bacalhau in Portugal, caught mainly in cold waters in North Atlantic, especially around Iceland and Norway. After being caught, this fish is split open, carefully salted, and then dry and in controlled environment process preserved in its natural characteristics, ensures it is conservation and enhances its flavors. It is an age-old method, food preservation, that combines techniques, times, and know-how.
For Portugal, this is very important, this fish. What is the historical and cultural importance of codfish for Portugal?
Codfish holds a unique value in Portuguese culture. It is a part of our history, gastronomy, and even our collective identity. It is present in family and religious gatherings and has been considered faithful friend and in Portuguese, fiel amigo of the Portuguese for centuries. Portugal is by far the largest per capita consumer in the world, with an annual consumption around 9,000 tons, with demonstrated its relevance not only economically but also culturally and emotionally.
And how is this Portuguese cod positioned in the international market?
Salted cod is highly recognized for its quality and tradition. And our Portuguese companies, combined with strict salting, dry, and ultra-freezing process, gives the product unique texture, color, and flavors. This reputation has allowed Portugal to assert itself in the international markets with a strong Portuguese influences, whether former colonies or through immigrant communities spread across the world. Countries such as Brazil, France, Spain, Luxembourg, and Switzerland are examples of markets of consuming this product.
And now, going out for how these companies are organizing the industrial challenges, how is cod fish drying company traditional are organized?
A company in this sector organizes its activities into several case stages. Receive the raw material, splitting or salting, when fish arrive fresh or frozen or directed drying, when it already arrives split and salted. This is followed by drying and quality control, packing, storage, and distribution. Each of these stages requires a technical knowledge and strict control of temperature, humidity, hygiene, ensuring that the final product meets the highest standards, quality, and food safety.
And what are the main challenges the industry faces today?
The main challenges for the cod industry today are linked to the rise cost of the raw material, caused the increased pressure of the fish resource, and the reduction of quotas in the recent years. These factors have a direct impact on the production costs and competitiveness and business. In addition, the industry faces demanding logistics management, which involves ensuring quality and food safety throughout the entire chain and storage of labor, a structural problem in the sector. In this context, companies are called to balance tradition with innovation, maintaining and authenticity and product while adapting to new consumers' expectations.
And what are the impact do factors such as seasonality, logistics, and sustainability have on the business?
Seasonality is one of the most significant factors in the cod industry. Fish destined for the Portuguese market is mainly caught between January and April, when it has the ideal characteristics of for the traditional curing. Sales, however, are concentrated in the last 3 months of the year, accounting for about 6% annual consumption. This mismatch between fishing and marketing requires companies to have considerable financial capacity and rigorous planning as it is necessary to create and maintain the stock for several months until the peak in demand. Logistics, although complex, is now well structured and managed by the sector companies. It doesn't itself pose a critical problem. Sustainability on the other hand, is increasingly central change. The industry depends directly on marine research, so it is essential to ensure that cod is finished responsibly by certified by respecting biological limits and the international quotas. Furthermore, companies must reduce their environmental footprint throughout the chain, from energy consumption and drying process to waste management, packaging, and efficient use of water and salt.
And now going for GRUPEIXE, can you introduce GRUPEIXE? What is its history and mission?
GRUPEIXE was founded in 1993 in the earth of the Portuguese cod tradition. From the outset, it committed to production high-quality salted dry cod, preserving the artisanal know-how that distinguished Portuguese cod. In 2019, it joined the Icelandic group VSV, strengthening its direct connection to the fish origin, Iceland, and ensuring strict control over the entire chain from the sea table. Today, GRUPEIXE is a national benchmark in the production of the Icelandic cod, combining tradition, sustainability, and innovation. Our mission is simple and authentic. By producing the best codfish, and we want families, friends, and even strangers to continue falling in love with the life around the table, sharing the experience, affections, and values. Luís, tens uma pergunta?
What are the main challenges? What roles does GRUPEIXE play in the national and international market?
In the domestic market, GRUPEIXE is a reference supplier for both modern retail and the traditional channel, recognized for consistency, quality, and authenticity of its cod. In the international market, it stands out for it is directly linked to Iceland and holds around 60% of the national market for Icelandic cod, which ensures access to best raw material and strengthens to the premium position of the Portuguese cod. Although the company does not yet export at desired scale, it is at the segment of ultra-frozen so-called cod that the greatest growth potential lies. Even so, GRUPEIXE has been gaining market share in salted dry cod and gradually growing in the nostalgia markets.
And what is the company strategy vision for the coming years?
GRUPEIXE has a vision of the sustainably grow based on three pillars: product curing excellence, reinforcing the prestige of Portuguese code, valuing people and teamwork, promoting training and internal development, international expansion, leveraging the connection to VSV Group of on the Icelandic largest fishing operators to open new markets and consolidate the GRUPEIXE brand as a symbol of trust and quality.
And now going for lean in GRUPEIXE that follows the strategy vision of the company. How did lean come about GRUPEIXE? Was it a necessity or an opportunity?
Given the first two strategic pillars mentioned above, product excellence and valuing people and teamwork.
AIN?
And seem the best way for the whole team to enhance to the quality and efficiency of code processing and at GRUPEIXE.
After deciding to implement lean, what was the steps did you take?
The first step was to provide GRUPEIXE team members with a lean knowledge through the lean black belt practitioner course, which I attended. So subsequently, we sought support from Lean Academy Portugal to help disseminate the approach to entire team.
What lean practices were implemented and with what impact?
The course immediately shifted by my focus from cost reduction to prioritization, customer value. I aim to maximize it and eliminate waste and doesn't have value. This set us on the path to produce excellence with, in turns, allowed costs reductions. I acquired a lot of knowledge of the essential tools to implement at GRUPEIXE to achieve improvement targets for the company. To systematize the information and projects, I learned to use the A3, which during the course supported the first project and the result in a gain of approximately 135,000 euros.
Yeah. What lean practices were implemented and with what impact?
As previously mentioned, one of our biggest changes is the sourcing labor and the increased average age of the employees. Since our processes are still largely manual, we prioritize saving time and reducing efforts in all projects. We carry out one strategic A3 in production with the entire team to define priority projects to implement during the year. We select 8 projects to implement until the end of the year and the day K results. Based on this map, we built and obey a board in the production to monitor projects and management routines to support the implementation. To create a foundation and involve the whole team, we implement 5S in the 2 priority areas, which allow us to recognize them, but more importantly, to train and encourage improvement suggestions by entire team. The small and almost cost-free suggestions have already resulted in space savings, stocks efficiency to packaging and easier to movement in the facilities where the space it is worth each square meter in the world. The difficult task we have in the loading and unloading dryers, each involve moving in 30 kilos tray per pair of people. Through standardized work, we studied a continuous flow layout and first approach. We eliminate wasted and is in this process and made the team's work easy. This layout is the basis for future automation, ensuring our employees dedicate their time only to the key tasks, ensuring product quality while automating just the movement that we are unable to eliminate it. The shift to continuous flow brought 30% gain in the operation time. Automation will allow a 75% reduction in labor while maintaining the previous gain and enabling the redeployment of the highly specialized staff free up to critical process tasks.
What do you think your next projects will be?
Working on packing stock efficiency to balance the necessary code stock, improving information flows across all process, enhancing the energy efficiency of our process to become more sustainable.
Okay. And now, speaking of what are the reflections and the conclusions about the path that GRUPEIXE already done until now, what advice would you give to other traditional companies that want to become more resilient?
The main advice is to evolve without losing our identity. Traditional companies have a unique strength, accumulated knowledge, experience, and genuine link to the product. The challenge is to modernize and with a purpose, introduction technology, more efficient process, and new ways of thinking, but always keeping respect for the origins. It is equally essential to value people, invest in training, communication, and team spirit. No transformation is sustainable if it doesn't involve those who make the company's day-to-day life. Resilience becomes precisely from this combination of strong roots and ability to adapt.
What role can lean play in the building stronger organizations in traditional business like GRUPEIXE?
Lean can play an important role as a catalyst for culture change. More than methodology, it represents a way of thinking about business and integrated way, with a focus on continuous improvement, efficiency, and the involvement of all employees. Application helps create more agile, disciplined, and participatory organization where people understand the impact of their work overall. When well implemented, learn reinforces something essential: team culture and committed to excellence, two pillars and that define truly strong companies prepared for the future.
And I think that is all. Sergio, can you enter? Then give you that we have some questions or not?
Well, guys, thanks for your presentation. Yeah, we learned how the codfish process is from end to end. Thanks for also sharing how GRUPEIXE is also implementing the Lean principles. So a lot have been said and done, and still a lot is ahead of you. We don't have questions from the auditory. Anyway, it comes to mind, Nuno, and if you are kind of more, or you are welcome also to answer in Portuguese, then we can kind of translate. But what is the current actions that are being taken and executed? What are the experiences that are being run at GRUPEIXE right now?
I can answer. In this moment, we implemented the continuous flow in manual way, so that we stabilize that. And with
What
that,
you mean by the manual way, so the audience can understand?
the until now the way that we unload the dry
The dry
the
code?
place where the dry code was
Yeah.
done in a manual, but not in continuous flow. That it takes
Okay.
usually 2 hours and 15 minutes. We
Okay.
implemented the
For each
continuous,
tray?
yeah.
Okay.
We implemented continuous flow in the team using the same team, and doing only that, we improve it
30%.
30% the time, and reduce it the effort of the team, not
Okay. So
without making
how do you
any.
manage that from manual kind of
It continues to be manual, but we reduce the distance that the persons do using tables, and makes a line where the persons can rotate itself, and with that reduce the effort. That was done without using any money, without any investment. The objective of that is testing a continuous flow process, in the way that afterward we can make the automation of that. Doing
okay,
the
so
automation of that,
from manual to fully automated, is it?
the idea is to make, like we teach in Lean, OSKKK, observe, standardize. Now we standardize and make the first Kaizen only in flow, and then we standardize step by step, buying equipment. At the end, we will be fully automated. With fully automation, we will gain 75% in labor. So the idea is, now we have 8% working, 8 persons working on that. In the future, when we will be fully automated, we will have only two, and with
And
only 1 hour to unload completely the trays.
tell me
And
that those people are being kind of forward to some other production area, right?
yeah, the most important thing in this business is that the persons are very specialized. So every hour that we free them, we can use it to make the work that is specialized, instead of doing work with the hands. So the objective is to use people, the brain, not the arms. They are fully specialized, and with that, we are able to use it in the using the brain to make better code.
So in that sense, reducing to you said that 75% reduction. So you are freeing up 2/3 of 2 hours, is it? Around that.
Yes,
So
yes.
in a shift basis, in a daily basis, in a weekly basis, how often?
In the shift basis,
Okay, so
shift basis.
that's a huge improvement.
But
Oh,
the more important is that will trigger other improvements. By instance, improve the in energy efficiency usage, because by instance GRUPEIXE have the solar panels, and with that we can do this work before having more sun, and with that we can also increase our efficiency.
that's great to know. So yeah, so Nuno, one other question is that your company is one of the very few, if not the only, where I watch the teams singing throughout the shift. So how are they taking in this new approach on kind of changing and challenging the way they are working?
The girls, the women like a lot, because we are helping in the work, and they are happy because we are improve their tasks
And turn it more easy.
more easy. Yeah.
because 30 kilos for a woman is a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, great. So I think it's
I
more or
think
less
that
around our time.
I think that I saw a question on chat, no?
Not that I have seen. Have you?
Jaime Duarte.
Hold on. Well, if you are seeing it, go ahead and reply. I'm not seeing on my
The
interface,
question
but
from Jaime is how are these changes and actions taken with Luis toward lean transformation, changing the way you approach management? I think that Nuno can answer, but the most that we have done, we implemented daily management.
Yeah.
With that, we have the opportunities to have more suggestions of the team.
Yeah.
Because the persons more easily see the waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, we make a lot of small changes that improve the company and the work of the persons, of the women, because probably 90% of the workers are women.
That's correct.
Improve the work of the women very quick with the idea that they have. And
I think that I think also that you have mentioned while we were on the backstage, Nuno, that you have now a new routine of 5S and daily checking to see everything is on its place and if they are ready to go and work and at the head of the start of the shift, right? So that's also a change on your leadership and also on the management processes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and how are people now reacting to that? They never had anything like that, right?
Yeah. Never.
Now you even told me that now they are the ones chasing and putting everything on the right spots and making sure that everything is tidy and clean and that they
It's
have
true, it's
zero
true.
kind of non-conformances, right?
Yeah.
Like a museum.
That now they start to be more demanding.
Yeah.
What is good because each time that they are demanding, they are seeing new opportunities to standardize and improve the work. And they are demanding because they see that with that they are doing less and having more results.
Okay, guys, thanks for sharing again. Have a great Lean Global Connection and see you all soon.
You're all.
Thank you, Sergio.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.